In this week's weekly top 5, AAA snubs Tesla with a huge nod to the Mustang Mach-E. Apple files for a new patent showing its EV plans may be coming back in a big way, plus Elon warns that Tesla will stop taking orders and it has nothing to do with supply issues. All that and more starts right now. First off, pretty big news that speaks to Tesla's insane growth and demand over the past couple of years. According to a new report, longtime Tesla battery partner Panasonic is looking to build a US factory to supply batteries for Tesla, namely the 4680 cells. Of course, the 4680s are already in production in Austin for some Model Ys, and Tesla has made it clear that both the Semi and Cybertruck will use 4680 cells as well. The company is reportedly looking at either Oklahoma or Kansas as potential sites for its new plant. But again, this move further hints that Tesla plans to go all in with the 4680s and expects even more demand than it can handle on its own. Next, also some big news, this time for the EV industry as a whole. Tesla just confirmed that it's adding CCS connectors to all superchargers in the US, allowing non-Tesla EV owners to supercharge at its stations soon. Recently, Tesla opened up its superchargers to other EVs in some European markets, and at a recent talk this week, Elon said, quote, "We're trying as best as possible to do the right thing for the advancement of electrification, even if that diminishes our competitive advantage." Elon didn't offer a timeline for when soon would be, but reports suggest that when it does happen, it should be a pretty quick addition. Last year, Tesla was forced to retrofit all superchargers in Taiwan to have CCS plugs after officials ruled CCS should be the charging standard in Taiwan. The retrofit only took a few months. Granted, Taiwan has far less superchargers than the US. Next, AAA just announced its best overall car, not just EV, in the American market, and the top honors went to the Mustang Mach-E. AAA uses a pretty lengthy criteria to test and rank the winner, and this is what they said about the Mach-E. Quote, "The Mustang Mach-E isn't just a car, it's a phenomenon. The Mach-E is great looking and unmistakably a Mustang, but new from the ground up. It's powerful, quick, and fun to drive. The roomy cabin is quiet, and for its advanced safety features, Copilot 360 is standard." AAA did note some issues though, saying it wasn't a great drive on uneven or potholed streets. Braking and acceleration could be better at low speeds, and the center console could improve. Interestingly enough, the near 200-page guide listed lots of cars in different categories, but guess which company's cars didn't make the list once? You got it, Tesla. What's odd is that the list of winning cars was dotted with mostly EVs, but Tesla didn't get any mention. Up next, just this week, the US Patent and Trademark Office granted Apple a patent for an automated EV charging station. The patent explains how the charging station would allow EVs to charge up without a human involved. Based on these renderings in the patent, it looks like the stages actually change position when making contact with the car. So this would allow the charging plug to be aligned and connected without needing a person to connect the cables. And according to Patently Apple, this is Apple's second patent for this invention, and Apple has 20 patent claims to also protect the technology as well. They have over 120 patents specifically for their EV project, internally referred to as Project Titan, which also includes autonomous driving patents as well. Apple recently hired Ford's global director of automotive engineering to help launch its EV project, and reports suggest they plan to launch self-driving EVs by 2025. Alright guys, so I want to take a quick moment and thank Blinkist for sponsoring this video. So if you've been with us long enough, you know that between 3 kids at different schools and all of their after-school programs, I spend a lot of time in our Tesla, and I have always been the type who wants to learn more about everything, especially the stuff that I'm into. So recently I started using Blinkist. Blinkist is an app that gives you 15-minute key ideas from best-selling nonfiction books and podcasts and pulls out the key takeaways and puts them into condensed text and audio explainers. So even if you're on a short drive or a short run and you want to learn something new and inspirational, Blinkist is the app to check out. They also produce shortcasts, which are blinks for podcasts that are in the same 10 to 20 minute range. Blinkist has been downloaded over 5 million times with categories ranging from mindfulness, politics, history, and health, to name a few. Of course, me being into EVs and tech, some of the blinks that I've listened to have to do with autonomy and Tesla, and there's literally thousands of titles just like this one to choose from. Right now, Blinkist has a special offer just for our audience. Click the link below to start your free 7-day trial with Blinkist and get 25% off a premium membership. Okay, let's just jump back into it. Up next, we learned this week your new Tesla orders may take even longer after Elon warned that Tesla will stop taking new orders for some of its cars because demand is just way ahead of production levels. Elon spoke at the Financial Times Summit saying that Tesla's main frustration still isn't low demands, but simply the ability to produce cars fast enough. When the host suggested that the production problems were probably because of ongoing supply chain issues, Elon said demand actually exceeded production well before the shortages even began. Our demand is exceeding production to a ridiculous degree. We're actually probably going to limit or just stop taking orders for anything beyond a certain period of time because some of the timing is like a year away. He didn't clarify which models he'd stop taking orders for, but the base Model Y would be a good guess. Those delivery estimates are as far away as May of 2023 here in North America. Model 3 wait times are a bit better at December of 2022 for the base model, and some new Model X orders won't be delivered until April of 2023. We've been waiting almost a year for our refresh. Up next, speaking of the Model X, we learned last week that the X is now the fastest selling used car in the country. We all know the used car market has been red hot in recent months, and long delivery wait times help this as well. But according to a recent study, 4 out of the 8 fastest selling used cars in March were Teslas. At the top of that list was the used Model X, which based on a study from IC Cars, took on average just 28 days to sell. Second on that list was the Honda Insight, which took an average of 29 days to sell. But what makes this crazy is the price difference between the used X and the used Insight. The Insight sold for an average of around $26,000, while the average used Model X sold for just over $90,000. On that list, it's also pretty clear to see that used Teslas are all hot sellers since the rest of the Tesla lineup was also represented. The Model Y was 4th place, selling in just 29.5 days for an average of $65,000, while the Model S and Model 3 were 7th and 8th respectively. Next, Hyundai just announced plans to tentatively build a new EV factory in the US, and it looks like it could end up being right here in Georgia. Of course, Rivian is also building a plant here as we speak, and Kia already operates one of the largest auto plants in the US in western Georgia. Hyundai confirmed its plans to Reuters earlier this week, but didn't offer too much details besides the fact that Georgia was a leading contender for a factory. Hyundai is planning to bolster its EV lineup in the US by launching 2 new electric SUVs in the next couple of years. They currently offer the Ioniq 5, with the Ioniq 7 and EV9 slated as future e-SUVs in their lineup. Hyundai has also committed to offer 14 different EVs by 2027 and 17 models by 2030. And lastly today, I'll leave you with this fun story of a bear being caught on sentry mode trying to break into this BMW X3. The Reddit poster didn't offer up much info on where this was happening, but you can clearly see the bear gets up on his back legs and is actually engaging the door of the BMW. This obviously worked for him before, but as you can see in the Sentry Cam footage from the Model Y, the doors were locked, so no easy meal today. But I would be curious to see how this bear would fare against a Model Y door handle, or really any Tesla with its slightly confusing door handles for the average person. Alright guys, so that is all we've got for you today, and hopefully you enjoyed this. And as always, a lot of time and effort really goes into writing and editing these videos, so we would really appreciate a like and a subscribe to our channel. Also, be sure to check out our website, itskimjava.com, for some high quality Tesla inspired merch. There's the popular circle square Cybertruck tees, and we've recently added a whole new line of cyber summer and destination charging shirts for men, women, and kids, so be sure to check them all out, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks. Next time on It's Kim Java.
There you go.